Yes. Yeah. Good evening, all. So myself, I'm Vijay. Like I hold 20 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 8 plus years of experience in Python environment. So my experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, right? So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible? Yes. Fine. Thank you. Yes. So as part of today's demo, I will be covering the following topics. Yes. Why Python? Already we have got many programming languages. Why again Python required? And Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? Because if you go back like 10 years, like 2010, nobody knows that there was a programming language like Python. Why all of a sudden Python has got great boom? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? And who can learn Python? There is no prerequisites for learning Python. Anybody can update with Python. Python statements look like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programming languages. So anybody can update with Python. So I'll just brief you by taking some examples, right? Comparing that Python coding with other programming, right? You can just check how simple the Python statements coding wise, length wise, complexity wise. You can check how simple the Python statements as compared with other programming languages. And how Python was built. How Python was built, right? By taking some advantages from one programming, some other advantages from other programming. From multiple programming languages, the advantages are taken. It has taken the features or advantages and it was built. I'll just brief you about all this. And Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications, right? And Python usage. Who are using Python today? Which companies are using Python? Topmost applications built using Python. Python features as compared with other programming, which you won't see in other programming languages. Python comparison with other programming, right? Just I was saying Python comparison with other programming, right? And reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. Reasons why Python is suddenly super popular, right? And Python scope and job market. What is the job market of Python currently, and what is the scope of Python in the coming years? Means there are some technologies which comes into the market and which goes away. Like a star they come, like a star they go away from the market. So, but Python is not. It is there from that since last from 1989. Still, it will be in the market. So, what is the scope of the Python in the coming years in job market, right? Yes. So, and Python is the number one ranked programming language today with diversified number of applications creations. At the end of the session, I'll just show you, right? The mostly used programming language, the number one ranked programming language, right? Yes. So this is what I'm going to discuss in today's and tomorrow's session, right? Yes. Why Python? Starting with why Python, right? Yes. I define Python in 5 lines. I define Python in 5 lines. It is a general purpose programming. Python is a general purpose programming. What do you mean by general purpose programming, right? So before Python, there were some programming languages. If you heard about those programming languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, these are the programming languages, right? So these are purpose-based languages. These are purpose-based. These are used for a specific purpose, not for all the purposes. For example, Pascal for complicated mathematical applications, Fortran for scientific applications, COBOL for business applications. So one is for mathematical applications, one is for scientific applications, one is business applications. They are used for a particular purpose. But a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, such a language we call it as general purpose programming. So Python is such a kind of programming where we can develop any varieties of applications like web applications, automation applications, gaming applications, animation applications, embedded applications, networking applications, desktop applications, audio and video applications. In this way, wide varieties of applications we can develop using Python. That's the reason we call it as a general purpose programming, which is suitable for developing any kind of applications. Multi-programming. Multi-programming. A labor example I provide. If you want to launch a new product into the market, like assume that you want to launch a new mobile phone into the market, to attract the customers, if we embed all the features what we see in different other mobiles into it, it's going to attract the customers, right? In the same way, Python is a kind of programming where we see the features of all the other programming languages within it. That's the reason we call Python as a hybrid language. What all the other programming languages features, we see all the features we see here in Python. Python is a high level language. Two types of languages I can say. Mainly there are two types of languages, right? Low level languages and high level languages. Low level languages and high level languages. Low level languages, right? Like assembly level language or machine level language, right? Assembly level language or machine level language. These languages, low level languages, right? First thing, they are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. And secondly, they are not portable. They are not human understandable. Secondly, they are not portable, right? And they cannot be carried from one system to another system, right? The code. And machine dependent. Machine dependent means they cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. They are machine dependent. But high level languages like Python, Python is a high level language, right? It's like human understandable, it's portable and machine independent. Python is human understandable, looks like normal English statements. So portable, it can be carried from one system to other system, means the code. Machine independent, can run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. So it's a high level language. And interpreted language means there are two types here. Here also we see like compilation languages and interpretation languages. Compilation languages and interpretation languages. Python is a interpretation. Compilation means like C language is a compilation language. Interpretation, Python. What is you mean by compilation interpretation? If you've got some lines of code, if you've got some 10 lines, entire code executes at once. Entire code executes at once and displays the errors, if any. It displays the errors in which lines there are errors, right? And here Python, if you got some lines of code, if you got some lines of code, we got some lines of code. Interpretation, line by line execution, which makes debugging easy, right? Line by line, statement by statement, it executes. In Python, if you got error in the second line, it won't execute the remaining lines. Right? Statement by statement, right? Interpretation, line by line execution, right? Which makes debugging easy. Okay. So Python is a high-level language, interpreted language, user-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming language. But why we say it as programmer-friendly means the statements of Python looks like even if you are from non-programming with zero programming, if I give you a code of Python, you can easily understand each and every statement. Not like other programming language, right? It's user-friendly, programmer-friendly language. Right. Provide simple syntaxes, right, which looks like normal English statements. So Python is a general purpose programming, multi-programming features it has got. It's a high-level language, interpreted language, user-friendly programming language. Okay, fine. Python has got what features, what programming features? Python. So Python has got what programming features? So Python has got multiple programming features, right? What are the multiple programming features? What are the multiple programming features? What all the features the other programming languages, right? All the features we see in Python. So it has got procedural oriented programming features, procedural oriented programming, procedural oriented programming features. Example like C language. It has got features of object oriented programming features, object oriented programming. So there are some technical terms I'm using, not a worry. I'll be discussing all this as part of the course. Object-oriented programming. Example like C++ and Java. And scripting, Python has got scripting features. Scripting like Linux shell script. Linux shell script. Has got Linux shell script features. And modular programming features. It has got modular programming features. Modular programming features like modular 3. Like modular 3, right? Yes. Fine. So, and once again, I repeat, for learning Python, no need of any of this programming language. No, there is no prerequisites. Everything we are going to see as part of this Python. Procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting with Python, and modular programming with Python. So all this we'll be discussing as part of our course. Doesn't mean that you need to have the knowledge of C or C++ or Java. No, without any programming, you can update with Python. So because of this multi-programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. Just like C or C++ or Java, like Modular 3, we can develop different varieties of applications. Talk about this Java. Python and Java are the two major programming languages that are used today for enterprise applications creations. But Java developers or programmers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming, right? Okay. So they are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented. Without object-oriented programming, you cannot write a Java application or a Java program. But in Python, without object-oriented, with object-oriented, with procedural-oriented, or with modular programming, we can develop many varieties of applications, right? Yes. And if I compare, right, see, go back like 10 to 15 years back, 2010, take example of 2010, right? Into like Java is the mostly used language with 43% usage in the industry, right? But Python in 2010, nobody knows that there was a language like Python, was just 3% used in the industry. And 2020, 10 years later, right? The usage of Python has increased a lot because Java, the talk of the industry today, that data science, machine learning, AI, deep learning, all this Python is the language preferred. Java is never preferred for that, right? For data science, ML, right? Java language is never preferred. Python is the mostly preferred language for it. So that's so the usage of not only that, various other applications. The usage of Java decreased and the usage of Python has increased, right, today. Mostly used in different high-end technologies, right? Python 31% used as of now. Okay. Later, I'll show you some graphs. At the end of the session, I'll just open Google and I'll show you, right? Some graphs I'll show you. The mostly used programming, the number one ranked programming language today. Fine. So scripting, Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries, even for different, for within this AWS DevOps for writing automation scripts in IoT, writing automation scripts in robotics, right? So yeah, and modular programming. Python has got a great boom today because of this modular programming feature. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing, right? For different domains, whatever domain you are from, either from networking domain or testing or big data or data science or database, whatever background you are from, electronics or computers or civil, whatever environment, right? Python is providing modules for every domain, 89,300 modules. So yes, it has got many built-in functions. We can make use of those functions directly. No need to write huge codes here in Python. So if I discuss more on these modules, right, we have got separate modules for each and every, yes, modules. So data science, we talk about data science. Python is providing separate modules for data science. Nearly 10 to 15 modules Python is providing, right, for this data science environment, right, like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, CP, Scikit-learn, right? So even for this big data applications also, even for big data, right, it has also like PySpark, Spark with Python, right? Yes. Spark with Python, separate modules Python has got for this. And even for testing or test cases or for networking applications, right? Yes. Not only now module, separate framework itself available for networking, right? Like Twisted Python, right? And apart from this, even for testing or test cases, Python is preferred. Even for operating system kinds of activities, OS, I want to write a Python code to create a directory, to remove a directory, to check what is present in a particular directory, to rename a directory. All this you can do by writing Python codes. The name of the model itself is OS. The name of the model itself is OS for performing all OS related activities. And apart from that, even if you want to connect with any database, it is not as complex as other programmings like Java. Connecting with the database, right? Pavani, be in mute. Okay. For each and every, yes. For each and every database, Python is providing a module. Python to connect with the Oracle database like CX underscore Oracle. For Oracle, for every database, Python is providing a module. Using that module directly with the username and password, directly you can connect. Very simple, right? Just 1 minute discussion is enough. You want to connect to a database. Even for MySQL, we have got PyMySQL, right? Python to connect. And even for SQL Server, PyODBC is the module for it. And for any types of files, like you want to create some Excel files, creating some Excel workbook. Just by writing Python code and executing the Python code, right? A Excel workbook gets created. You can create multiple sheets in the Excel by writing Python code. And if you're inserting data into that Excel, reading data from Excel, not only Excel files, other files like JSON files, JavaScript object notation, CSV files. We can, by writing Python code, we can create some PDF files, XML files, For all this, we have got many modules available, even for mathematical operations or for statistical operations, right? We have got a lot of modules Python providing, even for generating graphs, right? Normal graph, bar graphs, histogram, scatter plot, stack plots, pie graph, right? Any graph can generate by using Python, right? So in this way, it has got many modules, 89,000 modules. Right? Yes. And before you update with any technology, you need to have the idea about what kind of applications are we developing today by using Python. Python mostly used for what kind of applications? Python real-time applications. Python real-time applications. So Python mostly used in creation of web applications. Today, a lot of web applications are getting developed by using Python web applications. You may ask, you may get a query from last 20-25 years. Java, .NET are mostly used in creation of web applications. Why again Python today? See, Python has got a framework like Django framework. At a rapid speed, you can develop a web application with very less coding. It has got its own database, like SQLite 3 is the database for this. It has got its own database. It has got its own application server. It has got many flexible features. No need to create the Python files. Automatically, it creates the Python files. Apart from that, even for automation applications, using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, using technologies like DevOps, right? Many automation applications we can create today by using Python. If you talk about this IoT, Internet of Things, it's a physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, electronics for collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where we are, right? So IoT is a electronic devices connecting and communicating with each other. So here total coding goes in Python. And in data science also, right? Data, everything deals with the data, and data has got experience, data has got future reference. Using data or data science, we perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, data clustering, data recommendations. It's a blend of technique, we say. The main technique what we see here is ML. In data science, the main technique what we see here is ML, machine learning. We have got many techniques, ML techniques, regression, classification, clustering, recommendation, pattern matching. For all these techniques to implement, we require a language. So even people from data science or machine learning, right? So the prerequisites for machine learning or data science, AI, Python, total coding goes in Python. So Python is the mostly chosen programming for this machine learning, deep learning, where Python has got separate models for it. Even for DevOps environments also, right? Writing automation scripts using Python. It has got vast libraries, right? Python has got vast libraries, I said. Apart from this, one more major area where Python is mostly used, big data environment. If you got big data, today if you see, the data is stored, the data storage units like KBs of data, MBs of data, GBs of data, gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes, exabytes, zettabytes, etabytes, sotabytes, so on, right? So from TB onwards, we say it as huge data, right? Today, petabytes of data is getting generated. 1 petabyte equal to 1024 TBs. Already 1 TB is a large storage unit today. So, but petabytes of data is getting generated. Examples of petabytes of data generation, like social media like Facebook, in a minute, how many posts and videos are getting circulated, each and everything has to be stored, right? And YouTube videos upload, everyone uploading their videos in that is in YouTube, right? What should be the storage capacity of it? And millions and trillions of users. storing that email messages, right? What should be the storage capacity for it? And bank transactions, telecom transactions, e-commerce transactions. So everywhere we see like huge data. So for that we have got tools like for big data we have got Hadoop and Spark. Hadoop and Spark. Yes, for huge data storage and for huge data processing, especially Spark, very high speed processing, huge data in quick time it is going to process using Python. So Spark is an execution model executed using Python language. So like PySpark. It has got great boom in today's market, right? And apart from this, for scientific applications like we have got CP, SCIPY, scientific Python for numerical analysis. For numerical analysis, we have got NumPy, numerical Python, NumPy. For graphical user interface, right? For graphical user interface or for animations, we have got many models Python providing like PyQt is one, PyQt, tkinter or some, and even for game development, right? Lot of games are getting developed today by using Python. Single user, multi-user online games, especially for developing games, Python has got a framework called Pygame. Not only Pygame, it has got another framework like Pycara for developing games. And for 3D games, so we have got some 3D rendering libraries Python providing like PySoy. And apart from this, Python mostly used in scheduling tasks on particular day and particular week or particular month, right? We have got Python providing Airflow for it. And for testing or for test cases. And even for software development, right? Software developers make use of Python as a support language. And for business applications, Python is one of the best choice for developing e-commerce websites. And one of the hottest application of Python, like database applications. So without database, there is no web application, right? So database applications, Python can connect with any database. And apart from this, for embedded applications, you have got the famous embedded application, Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation. And for network applications, right? For network applications, for audio and video shortings, you have got Python is providing like Twisted Python. Apart from this, for audio and video applications, right? Audio and video applications. As part of the course, I'll be showing you some audio video applications also. So in this web development. And apart from this, for CAD or 3D CAD applications, Okay, network, audio and video applications, and computer vision like face detection, color detection, object detection, right? Yes. And apart from this, in robotics and desktop applications creations, single user console applications, desktop applications, right? Yes. So in this way, many applications we have got Python, right? Mostly used ones are this data science in big data, and in web applications creation, scientific, numerical, game development, test cases. Yes, audio, video, CAD applications, robotics, and desktop applications. So yes. Who are using Python today? Who are using Python today? Topmost applications Applications built using Python. Okay, just examples, right? Who are using like Google using Python for its web search system. Google is one of the best example of Python web application. The yes, and apart from that, YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Yahoo using Python. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python. Instagram built using Python. The prime reason for Instagram for choosing Python. Python practicality, hybrid features. Even NASA using Python for its research and development activities. Some other applications like Quora, you got knowledge on this. Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, Spotify. BitTorrent using Python for its file sharing service. And MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation, which uses Python script. iRobot for military and commercial applications. And for hardware testing purpose, right? For hardware testing, companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this, they use Python for hardware testing. So these are some of those who are using companies using Python, topmost applications built using Python, right? So from the discussions, what we had till now, reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. First thing, most of the programmers or developers are attracted towards Python, migrating towards Python because of its very less coding, not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programming. 100 lines of Java code we can write within 20 lines in Python. 20 lines of Java code I can write within 4 lines in Python. I'll just take a task and I'll just show you, right, coding between that lengthwise, complexity wise, how simple this Python, right? Very less coding. And one more, like simple syntaxes. The syntaxes given by Python looks like normal English statements. And multi-programming features. Multi-programming features. And Python, one more important features, right? Interactive mode given by Python. Interactive mode, we can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response, right? Check this. If I go to the search at the bottom, if I type CMD, going to the command prompt, type Python here, it will display the Python version 3.12.2. And can you see these 3 arrow symbols? Right, 3 plus 5. Any valid Python statements you can type 23 into 34. Yes. X as 10, Y as 4. I'm asking, no need to define the data types also. Directly we can say X as 10, Y as 4. What is X? What is Y? What is X plus Y? What is X minus Y? X into Y. Any valid statements you can type and check. It gives the response. X equal to HELLO, right? Print X into 3, prints hello for 3 times, X into 5, prints hello for 5 times. If you want to say quit, it comes out of it. Yes. So this kind of interaction you won't see in other programmings, statement-wise interactions. So interactive mode given by Python. Next. Just now I discussed, right, wide varieties of applications creations and many built-in, many Built-in modules. 89,300, right? 89,300 modules. Has got many built-in functions for every environment, right? So these are the major reasons, right, which makes Python super popular. You won't see this interactive mode in other programming, different various of applications, any kind of applications. This modular programming modules concept, simple syntaxes, looks like normal English, right? Yes. I'll just open Google and show you, right? Just I'll open Google and show you the popular coding language, mostly used popular coding language, right? Yes. So popular coding language. So if you see that results for this in the Google, right? So just check this, just check the results. Most popular programming language. Check this, the most popular programming language. Python standing first. Next comes Java and other programmings. Now you can see uh, most popular programming language used by top 25 unicorns. Python first, Java, and next comes JavaScript. Most popular programming languages. Python stands first, next JavaScript, Java, and other. Python remains the most popular programming language. Python, next comes Java and other JavaScript. See, most in demand programming language in 2021-22, Python. Next comes Java, JavaScript. Okay, most popular coding language of 2021, Python, Java, JavaScript, C++. Okay, if you see this ranking, observe this ranking, right? Can you check your rank, worldwide rank? So rank language, right? Python stands first, Java, JavaScript, and other programmings. So number of top 39 US computer science departments that is using languages to teach introductory courses. Python is mostly preferred next to Java, MATLAB. The language rank, Python stands first, next C, Java, C++, right? In 2020 also Python, JavaScript, Java, right? Mostly used. So top programming languages, PyPL, Python, Java, JavaScript. Okay, if you scroll up, see that it will show you a graph, right? See this mostly used programming, right? In this. Can you see the big circle? Python 31% used, Java 19%, C++ 9%, Ruby, JavaScript, right? Yes. Okay. Now check with ranking by job openings, average salary. Ranking by average salary, Python stands first, JavaScript and Java. Ranking by volume of job openings, Python first, SQL, Java. This is I'm showing you in Google, not prepared by me, right? So all this you can see, Python is the mostly used. And even if you see the jobs for Python jobs, you can check. Yes, lot of jobs for Python. Python developer jobs, right? Yes. Can you see 20,855 Python jobs in Hyderabad? Just in Hyderabad, you can see 20,855 Python jobs in, yes, 1,000 plus jobs. Not only like Python, you can go for the Django, like Python has got a framework like Django jobs, right? Django, nobody, see, people might be knowing Python, but people who knows the Python framework are very less as of now. Means people who knows Django are very less. who has got command on this are very, very less, right? So if you just check with this Django developer. So 19,416 Django jobs in March. Django is the most framework of Python, right? So what is that course content I'm going to discuss as part of this, right? In brief, in depth, right? Starting with Python basics, why Python, history of it, features, advantages, versions, installations, flavors of Python, Python operations, modes, batch mode, editors and IDs, data types, constants, variables, input output statements, IDs, comments, escape sequences, strings, operators, different types of operators in Python, and Python IDs, how to work with different IDs, right? Like PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, flow control statements, looping statements, strings, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, collections in Python, list tuple sets and dictionaries, list operations, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list modifications. Similarly for tuples, right? In brief, in tuples, sets and dictionaries, functions in Python, different properties, categories, arguments type, like filter function, lambda function, map function, reduce function, different types of functions, right? Modules in Python. So what is a module, what it consists? Reloading a module, renaming a module, different ways of importing, normal import from import, package in Python, errors and exception handling, file handling in Python, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, like class, object inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction inheritance. Yes. And many different modules related to different domains, right? I'll be discussing some models related to different domains, some models related to data science, some models related to big data, some models related to databases, some models related to regular expression, some models related to operating system, some models related to graphics, right? In this way, how to create our own modules also I discuss. So regular expressions, database connections. I'll show you the installation of one database and performing SQL operations and connecting with transaction management, Python datetime module, operating OS module, advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closer, decorator, right? Working with CSV, XML, JSON, right? Good GUI programming, Excel workbook, working with Excel workbook, data analytics, like pandas, numpy, matplotlib with working examples, introduction to data science. And in this, some modules like pandas module in brief, numpy module in brief, and matplotlib module in brief. These 30 topics in brief, it will be discussed, right, as part of Python core and advanced, starting from the ground level to the advanced level, right? Yes, with clear notes. You will be getting every session video. Even if you are absent, right, you can just go to the video and attend the next session for better understanding, right? And people who wants to go for Python full stack along with Python framework like Django framework, Django web applications creations, Django installation, project architecture, Django application creations, Django views, Django templates, Django admin, Django models, advanced concepts. So that is the Django framework, nearly 15 to 20 applications in the Django framework you'll be developing along with me parallelly, right? There's people who go for the Django full stack, right? That is full stack Django. They will be discussing many applications creations. And apart from that, you will be given knowledge on UI technologies also, like HTML in brief, CSS in brief, and JavaScript in brief, right? Along with MySQL database. This is what in brief it will be discussed. Like, just observe this, right? So tomorrow also everyone can attend same time at 7 o'clock using the same link to see more on this, right? So Python core, Python advanced, Python application oriented models. Nearly 70 hours I'll be spending for this 2 months duration, right? Just it's a offer batch, just 5,000 is the fees for it. And apart from this, people who wants to go for full stack Python total package, full stack web development, right? Apart from this Python, you'll be given the knowledge on web development, like HTML knowledge, CSS, cascading style sheets, JavaScript. Yes. So apart from this, right, web development, Python, web development, and the Django framework, right? Like 15 to 20 applications we'll be creating here, and REST API, and finally a project. So this all it takes. It also like web development, Django, REST API project. It takes 60 hours. Takes 2 months for this, and this for this the fee structure is 7,000 for this web development, Django, REST API and project. So totally it takes total full stack, total package, it takes 130 hours, 4 months, and 5 plus 7, 12K if you're taking separately, but if you're taking total package, it is like 10K, right? Total Python, web development, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, Django, REST API project, all this along with the videos. You'll be provided with the videos for all this, right? And if you people feels that 4 months is too long, means total for full stack, even from Monday to Friday, you can attend these Python sessions. Saturday, Sunday, right? There are sessions Saturday and Sunday, like 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sundays, on this web development and these things you can attend. Because when Python is going parallelly, you will be learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, right? By the time you come to Django, right? Python framework, you will be completed 50 to 60% of your Python, right? And the offerings from my side, right? You will be given the video, right? Every day you'll be getting the session video, even if you're absent for 1 2 days because of ill health or because of any office timing, if you're not able to attend, and go through the video and attend the next sessions, or clear class notes, soft copy of the class notes, and assignments and tasks. Getting the output is not the criteria here. You need to have the command to get the command on this Python, right? You need to work with your own and build your own code, right? Yes. Assignments and tasks. And a WhatsApp group will be created for your technical discussions. If you got any error, you can take the snap of those and you can just post in the WhatsApp. Anybody can answer. I'll be answering it, right? So these are the things. Okay, fine.
Hi Vijay, can I ask one question?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Vijay, actually in my current company, I done few auto.
Okay. Yeah. Any other queries, right?
Sorry. I was on mute actually. Actually, I have one PY file which I done for automation in my current project, but and I want to the HTML text that file so that everyone can use with the using the front end technologies. Backend will be done in Python. So is it possible with the Python?
Yes.
Okay, that part will be covered in this course or not?
Yes. Yes.
Or you will be helping in my project. Actually, I am confused how to configure that.
So during the course, right, when I discuss about the Django, I'll be discussing this web applications creations I'm talking, right? I said 15 web applications I'll be discussing. With that, you will get a great command about how to create an applications, web applications, right? So if you see that, 1 second,
Mhm.
previous, you see all this, these are the Django batches that I have handled. If you see the Django applications that so all these are that Django, I said 15 to 20, but more than that, we will be creating my project 1, project 2, 3, 4, right? So step by step, how to create and how to work interactive web applications creations, right? You take
Okay.
any batch Yes.
Okay. Okay.
With
Apart
labs.
from this, one my question is actually is this course will take I think around 4 months. If there is any in any other batch and framework is going on, so can I attend to complete my professional in current company task? Uh,
So okay, just I said that parallelly also you people can go. So where you can complete within 2 months, 2.5 months if you go parallelly.
okay. Okay. So means I will I can join other batch for particular topic or like a Denjo framework only because as I need to configure my P5 file to HTML tag actually.
Okay.
Okay.
So it gives a structure actually. It gives a structure. So in the design we will use PyCharm, right? It's a licensed one, mostly used one. I'll also show you how to work on different IDEs, right, of Python, like
Actually, I'm
PyCharm.
using Visual Code actually currently.
Yes, I'll be showing you on PyCharm and Visual Code, VS Code, right? On those two, I'll be discussing all our applications.
Okay, okay. Thank you then. Thank you. I will join this batch.
And yeah, any other?
So one more question on timings actually. This timing is fixed or you will change because
So yes. 1 second, 1 second. About the timings I didn't discuss, right? Yes.
can you please allow me because I joined via laptop as well as phone because there was no audio issue actually when I joined and you removed me from the meetings actually.
No. You are there, right, in the meeting? 1 second, 1 second. So here, 1 second. Your name?
Abhishek. Currently,
Okay,
I'm joining with the phone actually.
okay. Fine. So that's fine. Now 1 second. Timings. Let me make it clear about the timings, right? Everyone, the timings of this batch, right? So for 1 week, it will be at 7 p.m. But after that, it will be at starts at 8 p.m. So for just the demo sessions, other things, right? It goes at 7 p.m. 1 week or 10 days, it will be at 7 p.m. But later it starts at 8 p.m. up to the end of the course. Yes, fine. So before you do with the payments, other things, right? Check the timings, right? Yes. For 1 week, it will go at 7 p.m. Later, it will start at 8 p.m. So up to the end of the course, the same timing, there won't be any change. And the offerings I said, right? So you'll be getting the video, classroom notes, and assignments tasks to work with. Yes. And WhatsApp group for technical discussions, right? Yes. So that is WhatsApp group for technical discussion. I want to just clear the doubts of the students. That's why I'll be creating that group, not from DurgaSoft, right? Yes. Fine. Any other queries, right? Anyone? Tomorrow also you can attend the session, more discussion on this. Yes. Anyone from non-programming or zero programming, right? You can attend tomorrow session. You can check how simple the Python statements, right? So I was saying, right, you'll be discussed about total Python full stack. You'll be getting great command in this applications creations also, right? Step-by-step applications creations, right? Yeah. Any other queries, anyone? Yes. You can see in the chart panel, right? The course content is forwarded. The course content is forwarded, right? Yes. You can just check the course content, payment details, everything. But you can attend the session tomorrow and day after tomorrow also to see more on this, right? Fine. So follow the same link, same timing to discuss more on this, right? Okay.
Thank you.
So if I'm done with the queries, if there are no other queries, then I will sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow at same time, 7 p.m. right tomorrow using the same link, right? Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow. Bye.